and football stories and analysis. Soccer Swag. Join our sports tag team Mondays through Fridays at 6 p.m. Soccer Swag. Football gist at its best.
Goes from Wilshere. Oh, that's delightful. Alexis Sanchez with a beautiful free kick.
Leo Messi, el regate de Leo Messi, Leo, gol.
Well, of course, 4 minutes past 6. Good evening. Welcome to Soccer Swag right here on Magic 102.9 FM. It's the 4th day in the month of April 2025. Into the NIGMA Enigma reporting for duty this lovely Friday evening. It's a super exciting Friday indeed. Samuel Hero is my name. I've got Chris in the building this lovely Friday evening. Well, Chris, good evening to you, and how are you doing this evening?
Good evening, Sammy. Good evening to our listeners. I'm very much okay, and it's good to be back on the MIC to talk football. A lovely Friday evening it is. Let's get the ball rolling.
Everywhere hot. That I can tell you. We'll be serving it hot this evening, certainly on the football show. You can be part of the conversation. 0907-677-1029, 0916-988-1029, 0809-666-1029. Join in on our socials on Facebook, on WhatsApp, and of course on X at Magic FM Aba. On Facebook, Magic FM Aba, one word. I do well to like the page and be part of the conversation. You can watch us live on Facebook, please, okay? Drop your take on our live feed and we'll take them real time right here in the studio. Our WhatsApp number 0907-677-1029, 0907-677-1029. Well, we'll start off with the Super Eagles of Nigeria this evening. And according to reports emanating, well, we hear that the last has not been heard about the case of South Africa suffering a point deduction from World Football Governing Body FIFA after fielding an ineligible player in their 2-0 World Cup qualifiers win over Lesotho. But South Africa played at Teboho Mokoena for 81 minutes against Lesotho, despite the fact he was supposed to be suspended after picking up 2 bookings in previous games. But Lesotho said they wouldn't be filing a protest to FIFA because they failed to do so within the 48 hours window provided for protests against any team. They are, however, hopeful that FIFA will act accordingly and respect the rules of the World Cup qualifiers. But previously, 5 teams, including Nigeria, who are in the group of South Africa, suffered a 3-point deduction for fielding an ineligible player, Shehu Abdullahi, in a 1-1 draw against Algeria in the 2018 World Cup qualifiers without any protest from their opponent. Algeria were handed 3 points and 3 goals, although it didn't stop Nigeria from making it to the World Cup. Well, prior to that, Togo suffered a similar fate in 2013 during the preliminary of the World Cup qualifiers when they fielded Jacques Alexis Romao in a 2-0 win over Cameroon, who was supposed to be suspended from the game. In the 2014 World Cup qualifiers, Ethiopia had their 3-0 win against Botswana awarded against them after fielding an ineligible player in Miali Sesome, who was supposed to be suspended after picking up 2 previous bookings. But the result did from fielding an ineligible play against Tunisia in the World Cup qualifiers. They defeated Tunisia 2-0. We were thrown out of the field by FIFA for fielding defender Fernando Varela, who was sent off in the previous qualifier 6 months prior. Equatorial Guinea also suffered a similar fate. So, I mean, these are, countries that have suffered the same fate, like we'll see in South Africa. But then the question now is going to be, when exactly is FIFA going to act on this? Lesotho said they are not actually going to protest, as they fell short of lodging their protest 48 hours after the game. But whether or not they protest, it now falls on FIFA disciplinary committee to take this up and say, you know what, Tebeho Mokoena was actually not supposed to be part of that game against Lesotho after getting himself yellow carded in the first game in the round 1 of the World Cup qualifier, and of course getting himself yellow carded in
48 hours, or I didn't even know, or maybe they did not notice. I mean, I even noticed the stuff say raise alarm or something. I don't know, because the way it is, I mean, it has happened before, and the disciplinary committee came in and then did the right thing, and we believe that they should continue that way. Consistency. If you started it, you just need to finish it off, to just show that yes, this is your job, you are doing your job. It doesn't mean that when it has to because of it is happening now, you just feel, since this thing did not, they are not bothered about it, you just look away. No, because you never can tell in the nearest future another team can do that, and if you did not punish this other team for it, they will reference back to this one. Oh, you did not do it here. Now, and maybe history is kind to the teams protesting because we've had cases like that, and then we can reference back to the suspension, even when the team is top of the table and all of that. So I just hope that we just maintain this consistency, so that it will not get to when it comes to African football, FIFA will close their eyes and do as if they are not seeing. But maybe when it involves European football and all of that, I mean, it's lingering too much. It's taking too long of a time for this thing to be addressed, because we've heard talking points. Maybe it's as if people are cooling off, not talking much about it, but I feel they shouldn't even let it get to a point where maybe some teams that were even supposed to qualify, you lose out from, say, if South Africa did not have 3 points, you would have been top. Now that time the protest will come, be hey. So if the right thing should be done, it should be done right now.
Okay, well, let's see how that pans out. Really, Nigerians will be hoping for something right there in front of their thousands home fans. I'm not sure that can happen. All of this excitement and gra. We'll just tell ourselves the truth. I'm not sure that can happen. Meanwhile, let's really talk something else this evening. Well, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be taking part in a 4-team invitational tourney in England alongside Ghana, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago. As we actually did tell you a couple of days ago, well, due to take place at the end of the season, the tournament will help the new coach of the Super Eagles, Eric Sekou, time to assess some team and of course some players, and also work on building the core of his team ahead of the resumption of the games in the World Cup qualifiers in September. Well, Sekou Chel started his tenure with a resounding 2-0 win away to Rwanda before suffering a late-minute heartbreak against Zimbabwe with a late equalizer, bringing the score to 1-1 at the Super has moved on from trying to lure Freiburg goalkeeper Noah Atobolu by Germany at various youth level, and is still eligible to play for Nigeria. And his recent form, with 10 clean sheets in 24 games, including not conceding in 6 consecutive games, has reignited talks over his international future. Well, however, 22-year-old is currently injured is firmly focused on getting into the German setup, and despite being proud of his Nigerian heritage, his aim is to move up the grade and be a senior international with Germany rather than Nigeria. That decision is largely why he says of what's his name, Noah, is the young man in England who were actually just hearing for the very first time, not for the very first time, but I didn't know that the NFF hierarchy actually had an eye, for the boy. Talking about Arthur Okonkwo, who would you go for if you're to advise the NFF?
I mean, you just have to keep your options open. it's as if going for two things. If one should fail, you know that this other one, so that you not go for one. When that one fails, you just be left with only one. When you go to this one, it's desperation.
So you're saying, in fact, go for both of them.
Just go for
the season.
Yeah.
So he would not want to stress them, so to say, and start inviting them when he can make use of some new crop of players. In that light, there is quite a number of players, yet to be tested. The Tolaruko Dare might be invited. He said so himself. We'll probably see Papa Mustafa Daniel, all of the players who he did not use, Igor Wu.
Yeah.
These guys, he said, might be invited to take part in the Super 4 tourney. Is this going to give us a basis of what to expect in the future? Because I'm also seeing a situation where we can build another team from the Super Eagles team and be competitive. Are you looking at it from that angle, or you think he's just looking for players who he can?
It will do him a work of good, because when the time comes, he will know who to include and who not to include.
Okay, well, let's see how that plans out for the man who will be earning $50,000 every month for his job. Whether or not he qualifies as Super Eagles of Nigeria to the World Cup, it's going to be a different conversation entirely. He took that job promising Nigerians to qualify, but we've seen it's not going to be easy. 2 games, 1 win qualifier series. In that time, we've had 3 managers and just 1 win. Okay. Anyways, let's talk the Nigerian Premier Football League now, real quick. From tomorrow, actions return, and it's going to be very interesting. But we'll have Heartland up against Kano Pillars 3 p.m. at the Dan Anyam Stadium. Bengala Insurance 5:30 will take on Rangers at the Samuel Ogumudia Stadium. All of these games lined up for tomorrow. On Sunday, the 6th of April, well, action will return. Match day 32 and the 2024-2025 Nigerian Premier Football League.
And
President Federation Cup.
Coming back from there, they have a debut to play, and it will also give them an opportunity to try and see if they can have they can climb the ladder with 2 things in hand. I don't know how possible it is, but you want to make continental football. Yes, everybody is talking about you trying to use the Federation Cup to enter, but if you beat Abia Warriors, you just take something away from there and then try move a little bit closer. But if they just give us what we've been seeing in the past how many weeks now, I feel the fans, just like always, they wouldn't be happy with their outing. But the venue for the President Federation Cup round of 16 games, I'm very sure that you guys are aware, about it. Eimba will be up against Abakaliki FC, and venue for that one is Oka. So they'll be playing in Oka. So fingers are crossed on that one. I'm sure you guys actually know already. Besides that, let's quickly say something before we pay the bills on the show this evening. It's all about the Green Street All Stars Fitness Club Super League. Of course, Super League. It's an all-star game, if you ask me. See, it's a Super 4 game, which includes teams ready to go. We have Team A, Honorable Otemba. Team B, Sir Franklin. Team C, Senator. Team D, Honorable John Bosco. And from tomorrow, as a matter of fact, match day 1, 8 a.m. we'll see Team A talking about Honorable against Honorable John Bosco by 9 a.m. to
send Jaya number Airtel.
Odima, Mam the Sharp.
Ngwa Piasta 939#. Maọbụ download ngwa Smart Cash ka imepe akaụntụ nke gị ka ị nwee ike yorie nnukwu onyinye 20,000 naira na Smart Cash. Ị ga-esite na onyinye 20,000 naira gị kwụọ ụgwọ oge ọbụla izuru oge okwu maọbụ kwụọ ụgwọ ọbụla na Smart Cash. Ị ga-enwekwa ike ime transfer gaa na bank ọbụla na Nigeria. Usoro n'ọnọdụ dịkwa ya.
Hello, Obatala.
Smart Cash, Airtel kwadoro ya.
Start your children's day with a great taste of Ovaltine, enriched with multi-nourishment, calcium, malt, and vitamin B12 to support learning and playtime. Ovaltine, smart choice for
Anaba hereby invites all owners and potential owners of football clubs in Abia State to register to own a club in the 10 million naira Abia State Football Super League 5-a-side championship holding from May to August 2025. Registration and instruction forms are available at the ministry in Umuahia and at 51 Alliance Sports Complex, Umuafo, Aba. Only 8 winners will be announced at the launch event on Thursday, 10 April 2025. Signed, 51 Alliance, operator of the 51 Alliance Abia.
Now, at the Goodison Park by 12:30 p.m. we'll take on Arsenal. It's going to be Crystal Palace up against Brighton by 3 p.m. at the Selhurst Park. Ipswich Town will take on Wolves same time by 3 p.m. And at the London Stadium, West Ham will be up against Bournemouth. Nottingham Forest at the Villa Park will be away from home to Aston Villa by 5:30 p.m. in England. And of course, well, let's quickly talk about my guys' club. I think there are 2 guys here who are actually supporting the same team. It's not like I care about the team, though.
Okay, the big team that won yesterday.
Of course.
The big team.
The biggest team in the world.
Okay. That did not come from you.
Very ashamed of yourself.
That did not come from you.
I wish.
Of course, yeah.
Actually, Liverpool fans will just catch it this evening. Chelsea will be in action on
should be Monday.
Monday. On Monday.
Brentford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, on Sunday actually.
Sunday.
Yeah, on Sunday.
We just
2
played
p.m.
Yesterday.
2 p.m. on Sunday. Chelsea should be in action. Fulham will take on Liverpool 2 p.m. as well. At the Craven Cottage there.
And this is against United. United, they always try to prove a point, come up to their best form when they play against City. Yes, okay. A local rival, and the likes of Bruno Fernandes, what he brings, he will try to push up these other boys to give a good affair. So if City should approach with a revenge mindset, they can get something. Well, they can get something. It's not the first time they would do that, but for now, you look at where the table is. United struggling and City almost looking for a Champions League football, trying to end well. They were fourth on the lock, and after that victory, Chelsea against Tottenham, they dropped back. So you look at it, I feel it's a City's game to win, just a bit to lose. Should be to lose. If I say to lose, what does it mean?
City's meaning you feel they would win.
Okay, City's game to lose means
they would win.
Okay, that's what I mean. I agree.
Okay.
If we are talking about Frank Lampard today, we are talking about Garrick, we are talking about Paul Scholes, we are talking about all those big names.
You mentioned his name.
How you not put him? Gerrard, you have to put him because he check out what he's doing. The numbers. The game he has been able to win himself.
This is going to serve as good arguments. Now, yeah. To those of you who are listening and who saw the Premier League from the 2013 era-ish, 2012 era-ish, coming forward. So he's parked a lot of names in this conversation. The Paul Papi Scholes of this world, the Stephen G. Captain General of this world, the Frank Lampard of this world, who again can I put in that conversation?
Was there anybody there?
Carrick is also in that conversation. Who else can I put in that conversation?
I did not have anybody there.
Patrick Vieira. I'm saying let's leave all of where they went to later. I'm saying their prime Juan Mata at Chelsea was. If you recall, that Champions League that Chelsea won, it was courtesy of Juan Mata's corner kick.
And even in the league, he was. Even in the league, he won the Player of the Year that season,
so,
2012.
Guys, prime Juan Mata or prime, and I know say
I can still go for Kevin
De Bruyne, but I'll go for Kevin De Bruyne. I'll go for Kevin De Bruyne. Same here. I'll go for Kevin De Bruyne. No disrespect to Juan Mata, but let's keep that conversation on our Facebook page and on our WhatsApp. Drop your take. I don't know which one you feel, but then you were saying he has done enough.
Yeah, I think he has done enough to be put in that brand. I don't know what the future of football holds for him, but you are the player. You know where it pinches you. If you can't go any longer, you've won the Champions League.
I'm feeling bad now, and I felt bad the same way when Silva left Manchester City. And I change this. You don't say I have to compare. No, was saying prime Kevin De Bruyne. he's way past his prime now.
Yeah, right now.
We're saying prime Kevin De Bruyne and prime Juan Mata. These are players we saw. These are players we've seen. Who would you go for if you're a coach or a manager? Don't say I should know. I mean, you can actually. I can say prime Andrei Shevchenko and prime. Who can I put now?
Torres
and prime Torres. Who would you go for? Because a lot of us did see Andrei Shevchenko play. He was crazy. And also, a lot of us also saw El Nino, play. So my point is, who would you go for prime in their prime? Who would you pick?
Kevin De Bruyne that everybody knows. It's not that kind of player that, let me say, that kind of nature that controls the game kind of pattern.
No, wait.
Not that kind of
the Kevin De Bruyne that you know.
Yeah.
Doesn't control game.
Now, no, say we know. Say the one you know. No, just go straight. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I'm coming. The game that we watch now. Do you think that Kevin De Bruyne does more of the touches of the game?
I'm asking you. Listen, Marvin.
I'm not like I was doing a comparison with somebody. I was talking about Pedri. I said I know that person where they waste time for football for me. So
now this is what you like. Thank you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So I'm for game and this and Abia Warriors matter. But we now with the look made in the league come out 3 points for South Africa. When I go buy calculator.
Personally, I go for Juan Mata because I remember the last that he used to won that
Champions League
was a marvelous free kick. Because Mata is one of the greatest. Even Madrid came for Mata as well. If you're not a good player, I will see Madrid come for you.
Okay.
Mata was one of the best players during his playing time.
Okay.
I go for Juan Mata.
Thank you so much, Izanabo Okore, for your take this evening. Who does his way, who is not scared of going for those tackles as well, who is not scared of people tackling him. I'll put KDB in my team.
True.
And this team, now the two teams don't differentiate KDB and Juan Mata for me. Anyways, can we take some of our reactions? Our phone lines are going gaga. Holy smoke. Anyways, Comrade Elijah Denwa says, good evening, Sam, and good evening, Chris. Super Eagles are praying for CAF to deduct 3 points from South Africa for them to stand a chance to qualify Kai. Well, I joined them to pray, because how can we watch another World Cup without the Super Eagles? I will be at the Elephant Park on Sunday and let the better team win. As for Everton versus Arsenal, I have this phobia that Arsenal might not win. Okay, thank you. This is coming from an Arsenal man himself. And Matthew Clinton says, good evening, Sam and Chris. The Eagles coach, still on the quest for strengthening the Super Eagles squad, is a step in the right direction. He should stamp his authority on the team. Abia Derby will be a cracker to watch. Locke may smile on Aimba to pick 3 points. They'll have a lovely weekend. Watching from Town, Chicago, Illinois. Thank you so much. And Chief Wizard DMX says, good evening, guys. Manchester United are completely toothless in attack this weekend. Man U should get a point. We can't keep losing week in, week out. Prince Law Shikena says Man City will play Champions League next season. It's a weekend again of interesting matches. And okay, now my mouse is messing up. Okay, Sammy Chris and also Michael, good evening. Anyways, do I have messages on WhatsApp?
Yeah, Chigozie Precious, he says KDB any day. No two ways about it. Comrade Elijah, okay, you've
n'ebe kwano nke ahụ abụrụla ihe gara aga o. Ekele dịrị Close Up toothpaste nke ọhụrụ a na-akpọ Complete Fresh Protection. Ọ eziokwu o, Close Up Complete Fresh Protection na-enye gị nchekwa nke ime ọnụ zuru oke. O nwere fluoride na antibacterial zinc nke na-eme ka eze gị sie ike, gbochie inwe olulu n'eze gị ma busokwa nje eze agha.
Gbam dede na-eje n'egwu adị ma onwe m na-aga ugbo igoro Close Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection nke m.
Close Up Complete Fresh Protection maka nlekọta ahụ dị mkpa nke ime ọnụ gị chọrọ. Toothpaste nke a dị na Blue Gel.
Magic 102.9
had the nature of God. He had the life of God. He had the very love that God himself has. But after Adam's sin and God drove him out of his presence and Satan took him over, his nature changed. So the type of love that he had right from origin, which was part of his own being when God created him, disappeared. So a different kind of love began to operate, and this love is self-centered, based on self-interest. The man is only thinking about himself, thinking of what he is going to gain. And if there is no expectation of reward, if it does not concern this love as you have been, and let it be your life, and you and God will be one. This love of God is shed abroad in our heart by the Holy Spirit through the word that has been preached to you. So unfortunately, majority of the people of the world do not accept the kind of love. We cannot say we are ignorant. It's left our decision either to accept to do it or not. Agape love is not just mere affection or the love of liking somebody. The love is the fruit of your obedience to God. Obeying him means doing his will, doing what God has asked you to do. And by obeying God, this love has become the nature of your spirit, because God said that as many as received him, to them gave he power to become. Now, that same love which we lost is now being brought back to you. It is now being made available to you, being preached to you, telling you, this is what you lost. Take it. If it was not preached to you, you wouldn't have understood. Yes, you know love. You know it in a different way. You didn't know it in this way. This one appear as foolishness to you. You wouldn't have believed. You wouldn't have received. But now, your Father once more has appeared to you and made you known the real thing that you need to receive from him, that can change you, that can born you again to himself, made you once more become the image and likeness of God. Doing the whole work, and we are free. And automatically we have it and we are walking about with it. Why do we need to play a part? The aspect of your freedom, you didn't do anything. You did not even demand. You didn't even know that you were going to the lake of fire. Only God knew and sent Jesus to save you. Only Jesus paid the price of your sin and brought you out, made you worthy to receive God's own life. The only part you are going to do is to receive the life. So after Jesus has done the work and the life of God is given to you as a gift, is made available to you, you need to be taught. You need to know so that you can accept. That is the part that we are going to play. To receive Jesus, all his teachings. As many as believed in me will be saved. As many as received him, to them power will be given to them to become sons of God. So after he has saved us, as many as want to be with him, he has given them commandments to walk in this new kind of love. And why is it so? Because